When Sarah Paulson's friends found out that she and Holland Taylor had taken their relationship to the next level, they warned her about going public with their love for one another. They told her she'd have to be careful, and they were afraid it was going to affect her career negatively. The couple has a whopping 32-year age difference, and naturally, their relationship received a mountain of criticism. While they've done their best to brush off the negativity, that doesn't mean that the rest of the world has backed off. Don't forget to subscribe to Rumor Juice to stay up to date with all your favorite and unconventional Hollywood power couples. I didn't choose to fall in love with the person I fell in love with, but I think why it's interesting to people is that on paper, it's unconventional, Sarah Paulson shared, opening up about her relationship with Holland Taylor. Sarah Paulson, 45, and Holland Taylor, 77, have been dating since 2015, and since then, Paulson and Taylor have been vocal about their love for one another. They have not only made LGBTQ+ relationships more prominent in Hollywood, but have opened the door for conversations about age gaps between romantic partners.
And the idea that there's some cliche that it's all over at a certain point and that you retreat from all of that in life is simply not true.
The couple met way back in 2005 at a dinner party, years before they eventually started dating. However, Paulson was dating actress Cherry Jones at the time. Cherry is 18 years Sarah's senior, and by then, the former couple had been together for 7 years. Sarah and Cherry Jones confirmed their relationship in 2005 when they celebrated Cherry's Tony Award wins with a kiss that was broadcasted all over the world. There's no doubt that they were in love, but Sarah had just landed her first big TV part, and looking back, she admitted that she was nervous the kiss would backfire on her career. Rumors began to surface that the duo had split when Cherry didn't thank Sarah in her 2009 Emmy speech. Not much later, Cherry admitted to Us magazine that after 7 years together, they'd broken up. "It's the happiest breakup that's ever been. We grew so much together, and now we can send each other off with a kiss and great love." Before that, the actress had also dated men, including the actor and playwright Tracy Letts, who's 9 years older, and they had also been engaged. The couple announced their engagement in the late 90s, but they called it quits shortly after. In an interview, she explained, "I was young, 24. We loved each other, it just didn't work out." However, despite dating both men and women, Paulson was always careful not to label her sexuality because she never wanted to face criticism should she change her dating habits later on. However, in 2013, Paulson explained that she would describe her sexuality as fluid. When the American Horror Story star first laid eyes on Holland, she told the New York Times that she was instantly blown away by Taylor's beauty the first time they met, confessing that Taylor was probably the most exquisitely beautiful woman she'd ever seen. "It's a long story. We met a very, very long time ago. I was with someone else. She was too," Sarah explained.
I think I once offered her a lift when I was on Warner's lot, and she was going in a different direction.
Regardless of their commitment to other relationships, sparks flew between them and the chemistry was undeniable. Paulson said that they started following each other on Twitter after crossing paths once again in 2015. Holland slid into Sarah's DMs, and the rest is history. Fans were surprised to find out that it was Taylor who made the first move on the actress. And with that, Sarah could only say, she actually did. Yeah, it's pretty great. Although she only shared that info a year into their relationship.
Wow. Really? We were doing a thing at Martha Plimpton's house. It was for an organization that she was working with, and we were both doing a little PSA for it, and we sort of breezed by one another and then started following each other on Twitter, and then...
Wow. So Holland Taylor slid into your DMs?
She actually did.
Wow.
Before opening up to the public about their romance, the couple kept things on the down low during their first few months together, and while fans could only speculate, both actresses were careful not to confirm anything at first. In November that same year, Taylor confirmed she was in a relationship with a woman who was younger than her, without giving Paulson's name. She confessed that it was the most wonderful and extraordinary thing that had happened to her life. "There's a very big age difference between us, which I'm sure shocks a lot of people, and it startles me," she admitted. Later that month, she posted a photo of Paulson dressed in a ball gown during a wardrobe fitting, writing, "When captions fail," immediately making fans speculate that Paulson was the unspecified girlfriend. When it comes to her own sexuality, Holland explained that she's never come out because she never felt the need to. "I haven't come out because I am out. I live out." Despite all the digging we did, there wasn't much information about Taylor's dating history. While the actress had never openly spoken about being attracted to women in the past, she also came from a generation where same-sex relationships weren't something the world was open to accepting or even discussing during that time.
I didn't really come out because I simply wasn't hiding in the first place. So it's a very awkward thing, particularly from my generation.
So it's possible that Holland had perhaps kept her relationships with other women in her past top secret. Shortly after Holland's interview, there was even more speculation around whether she and Paulson were an item. Paulson shared that Taylor was her, quote, favorite actress on Twitter after watching her in a performance of Ripcord in Manhattan. In a 2016 interview with the New York Times, Paulson finally decided to open up about her relationship with Taylor for the first time, confirming to fans all over the world that they were indeed a couple and very much in love. What I can say absolutely is that I am in love, and that person happens to be Holland Taylor. The actress also discussed their age difference and why it works for their relationship. Sarah went on to say that she found the attention over a relationship very surreal, especially when it came to their age gap. She explained that she felt like there was a greater appreciation of the time they have together and they're able to focus on what's important. However, despite the love and support they received from fans online, it became difficult to ignore the backlash they received too. Believe me, there have been plenty of young people on the internet who have tweeted horrifying things to me about it, and who don't support it and who are so cruel. So it's just a bit of a dance, but one I try not to let into my brain too often, Sarah explained. Taylor has also opened up about the public eye on their relationship, stating that she was completely blindsided by the attention they received. I'm from an older generation, and for me it's quite surprising how people talk about personal things of any kind in the press. However, the actress did add that she felt like the luckiest person in the world and that it was impossible to talk about her life and not mention the wonderful love she has for Sarah. Although Paulson said that most of the public's reactions to her relationship are positive, she doesn't tolerate anything negative or nasty comments about her partner. Anybody says anything about any person I love in a way that's disrespectful or cruel and I want to cut a bitch, Sarah explained. However, she admitted that she hoped that having her relationship in the public eye would help erase some of the stigmas around age differences in relationships. I do want to live responsibly and truthfully without hiding. It's complicated because there's a lot of hate in this world, and a lot of good can come from, quote-unquote, normalizing something for people who don't see it as normal, she said. At the 2016 Primetime Emmy Awards, Paulson won Outstanding Lead Actress in a limited series for her role as prosecutor Marcia Clark in American Crime Story: The People vs. O.J. Simpson. Although Taylor wasn't in attendance, Paulson still gave her a shout-out during her acceptance speech, as well as earlier on the red carpet. Hi, Holland. Holland Taylor, if you're watching, I love you.
Well, it just to me seems like an odd thing, like I'm supposed to not thank the person that I love more than anyone in the world because somehow it would be shameful.
In response, Taylor tweeted, "If I'm watching? If I'm watching? Yes, I'm watching. Good Lord, I love you." When it comes to love and relationships, Paulson said that she hopes that her unconventional relationship will inspire others to follow their hearts. She explained that for anyone that might find themselves in a situation they fear would be misperceived or judged, that they should see her living her life honestly and openly. She had always tried to be as real as possible. She added, "If that inspires anybody else, that can't be a bad thing." For Taylor, she confessed that she feels like it's kind of a mystery to her why Paulson is still with her. "I'm surprised by Sarah. I mean that we love each other and respond to each other this way is not the surprise, but that she should make a commitment like this and that she would share her life with me is a constant surprise every day, really," she said. She added that she's aware that a large age difference can be a challenge for any relationship, and she thinks that Sarah is incredibly brave for living her truth and wanting to share their relationship with the world. So whenever she feels scared, she just follows the lead of the woman that she loves, and she couldn't feel more blessed. She continued saying that Paulson is at the center of her life. The couple is still happy and going strong despite all the hate they may receive. The most important thing to them both is that they found happiness in each other's arms, and nothing else matters beyond that. They're spending quality time with one another, and during the international pandemic, they even found a way to improvise some new living arrangements. While the pair lived together, they still owned their own houses, meaning that they were able to spend time alone as and when they chose to during the lockdown. We couldn't be happier for both Holland and Sarah, and we hope that their special love brings them all the joy that they both deserve.